right, so let's say you get a part, and you've done parts like this, where you're like literally in the movie for a few scenes.
Yeah, second. Yeah.
Like Tropic Thunder, you had several scenes,
yeah.
but you make comedic decisions. What do? You're given a script. So let's say you got this part, or you're the guy. Here are your 4 pages. What's your process? Go.
I read through it.
Oh, so I got to read it.
You got to read it.
Do you read the whole script generally?
I sometimes do,
honest,
and then
honest.
sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes it depends on what it is, to be honest. But no, I usually will read the whole thing, and then animated movies I don't read. I won't read the whole thing, so I'll go see the movie and be like, oh, that's what my guy does. I'm a troll.
I can fly.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me.
That whole thing was up in the air. I didn't realize that. That's great.
I should have read that.
I'm a bird. That makes sense. But yeah, you go over the lines. But the thing I learned was I don't fully. You kind of like know the lines, but you don't get like really like on book. And
really?
Then you get there and you get really. You just keep it loose depending on what
with the other actor. You start working with the other actor.
And you start messing around like, oh, what are you doing? You kind of see, like you mentioned, Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
I mean, I show up and it's Tom Cruise, dressed like that, acting crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to go the other way because I can't be crazy. No one's going to be watching me in any of these scenes.
No, but they were.
But you can, you try to like, if I go the other way and he goes that way, then
but you were
the
sort
scene's
of
balanced.
This kind of weird, kind of like guy. You're the what do you call that? The evil. It's not an evil assistant, but it's sort of the dirty work guy.
Yeah, I'm the attaché.
Yeah. But you're a weasel.
Yeah. I'm doing an impersonation of an actual guy named John Goldwyn. John Goldwyn's
you
not
had a guy.
Now John Goldwyn's not a weasel or anything, but I had to make a choice.
Yeah. So you were kind of doing an impression?
I was doing an impression, and then
Who was that guy?
John Goldwyn runs Lauren Michaels' film thing. He's a Goldwyn. He's Samuel Goldwyn's grandson. He used to run Paramount.
Uh-huh.
And he's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
But, the look and the kind of way he talks. Hello.
Yeah.
He produced a movie I was in called Hot Rod, and he would come up to me on set and say, "Have you ever seen the film Zardoz?"
Yeah, with Sean Connery?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I go, "Oh, I miss Zardoz." He's like, "You have got to see Zardoz."
He's like, everybody misses Zardoz.
Yeah. And I was like, "Well, I got to see Zardoz now." So, you talk about the sandwiches. Do you know why these sandwiches are so fresh? Because why are they so fresh? And the guy who made him goes, I made him this morning. He goes, because he made them this morning. And then you just have these great conversations with John Goldwyn. So I came in to read for the movie, and I asked Ben Stiller, do you know John Goldwyn? And he started laughing. He goes, yeah, I know John Goldwyn. And I just started doing it, and he said, yeah, you got it. Like that was the only time it's ever happened in my life. I didn't have to read or anything. He was like, you got it. I just started doing the impression, and he was like, you
went in for audition.
Yeah, and I had everything memorized, and I was really rigid.
Right.
And I got so nervous to get myself out of my head. I was like, what if I did this guy? And I just started doing exactly what I just did for you. And
Lock the gate!